Obaseki has lost the argument by Dr. Charles Omorodion. There's no justifiable reason why any man, woman, or child in Edo State should ever have to endure a single day without access to nutritious food, clean water, adequate shelter, healthcare, education, and safety. The argumentation theory advanced the arts and sciences of civil debate, dialogue, conversation, and persuasion involves rules of inference, logic, and procedural rules in both artificial and real-world settings. Debating needs a poker face just as much as a casino card game would. The moment an arguer debates with the idea that he is losing or that he believes he has lost, it is visible to the judges, audience, and the opponent straight away. Similarly, when people are losing the argument in a debate, then often resort to outright falsehood, rumor mongering, and rabble rousing. The same fallacious arguments that is now being advanced against Pastor Iyamu, including the FCC case and his university experiences, were used fruitlessly to undermine his gubernatorial ambition in 2016. This same baseless and the politically motivated case have been recycled in Edo 2020 gubernatorial elections. Regardless, observers of Edo 2016 elections generally believe Pastor Iyamu won that election. Nonetheless, history and posterity will judge what happened, though many political observers, and pundits have continued to question how Obaseki emerged as the winner of the 2016 elections. Notwithstanding the Edo 2016 election results and nearly 4 years in office, Obaseki promoters ought to be flaunting and arguing on the Governor Obaseki's achievements and how he has spent over 500 billion naira he received from the federal allocations, loan and IGR, the few achievements that are openly paraded by Obaseki's punters are either maintenance of existing infrastructures or pictures of roads that were poorly constructed with inferior materials and which are easily washed away after a minor rainfall. Edolites, particularly in the Western world, are both ethically and patriotically bound to demand accountability and transparency in government. Edo people have a cardinal duty and responsibility to demand to know how Obaseki has spent Edo State collective resources and how he has managed the Edo State treasury under his stewardship. Pastor Sageze Yamu has produced a well-researched, simple agenda, a manifesto for hope. This comprehensive manifesto is Pastor Sageze Yamu's social contract with Edo people. This blueprint was intelligently and meticulously designed to respond to the numerous perilous problems and needs of Edo people. Iyamu promised to run an all-inclusive government that is transparent and accountable. He promised to use Edo State contractors and workers in all his infrastructural development work. We appeal to everyone to be open-minded by first reading, digesting, and deciphering the content of this priceless document with forthrightness and sincerity of intent. This document contains prudent, well-researched and articulated action plan to transform Edo State to industrialized state. Pastor Sageze Yamo plan will reduce inequality, create wealth and cascade economic development towards Edo State grassroots. In contrast, Gordon Obaseki, the PDP gubernatorial candidate, seeks to govern Edo State without presenting any systematic plan or manifesto to the electorate in the state. This suggests that he is rather planning to make public policy on a hoof in Edo State. Edo people expected more from the governor, who was branded as a technocrat. Instead, he has given us numerous unenforceable MOUs or intentions to create a legal relationship between the Edo State government and Obaseki elusive investors. Everyone that is interested in Edo State development and progress must seek or demand Governor Obaseki's plan for the next 4 years. Edo people are tired of a government that is making policy on the hoof. Edo State people don't want a government policy that is based on a wait and see policy philosophy anywhere. We want Edo State development program that is strategic, visible, well planned, structured, estimated, and precariously precociously executed using Edo contractors. Edo State people want transparency and accountability in government. Edo people worldwide wholeheartedly condemn any government that usurps Edo State public finance to bribe, procure, and further a candidate's ambition, while the vast majority of Edo State people wallow in abject poverty, penury, and self-pity. The money used by Professor Ambrose Ali to fund the free education program for 4 years under UPN in the defunct Bende state was less than 22 billion naira. This is what is alleged to have been spent by Godwin Obaseki to purchase the PDP governorship ticket. This is not progress but a prosperity destruction plan. PDP. Edo people worldwide have collectively and unequivocally rejected Obaseki's plan and vagrant abuse of public office. There is no moral justification to raise a moral panic about probable theft of government funds by somebody that is yet to be elected into an office when we close our eyes and pretend to develop temporary amnesia as the incumbent governor is seen openly mismanaging and siphoning Edo State funds to purchase PDP governorship tickets with impunity. Many of our compatriots have taken the stance of Mussolini when he said the crowd doesn't have to know, all they have to do is believe and submit to being shaped. We cannot argue on any moral ground or try to present a fastidious and wishy-washy argument while ignoring blatant theft and looting of Edo State treasury under our own nose and purview. We do not expect every leader to possess the wisdom of Lincoln or Mandela's largeness of soul. Nonetheless, when we think about what questions might be most useful to ask, perhaps we should begin by discerning what our prospective leaders believe is worthwhile for us to hear. We are either seeking a government that judiciously uses government money, or we are encouraging the open balkanization of Edo State Treasury while turning a blind eye to government malfeasance, maladministration, accused corruption, and the plundering of Edo State Treasury at the same time. The words of Suzy Kassem are instructive in this instance. She asserts in her writing that shame on the misguided, the blinded, and the distracted and the divided. Shame, you have allowed deceptive men to corrupt and desensitize your hearts and minds to unethically fuel their greed. Mehmet Murat Idan also explained the phenomenon in Edo State more aptly by saying that a nation which accepts to live a third-class life is just a third-class nation. If a nation wants to be called an honorable nation, it must use option to refuse any kind of policy which is against human dignity. No refuse, no honor. If you don't refuse a bad government, you deserve it all the way. In consonance, we need a grown-up politics in Edo State that is devoid by tribal sentiment. We need to challenge governorship candidates in Edo State, in Edo 2020 election, to produce their manifestos with enduring and prudently articulated public policy framework. We must remember that about 5 million people will be affected by the outcome of these elections. A few months ago, Edo State was classified as the second most indebted state in Nigeria after Lagos. It has probably moved to the first position following the recent plundering of the state treasury to support Governor Obaseki's political ambition at the expense of 5 million people. The question that we must ask is whether one man's second-term ambition is more important than the collective survival and progress of nearly 5 million Edo State people. Should the ends always justify the means? In politics, when and where is theft of the public wealth or treasury justified? Why are some people so fixated and desirous to win a battle against Oshomole, while oblivious and maintaining mute indifference to losing the enduring war against poverty, penury, corruption, economic mismanagement, and emancipating o- our people from mental slavery and parochial tribal politics mindset? The future will not forgive those who knew the truth yet refused to speak truth to power because of tribalism, nepotism, and parochialism of mindset. Edo State must move forward with Pastor Eze Iyamu. And this article is written by Dr. Charles Omorodion, Doctor of Transformation, Now Leadership and Strategic Management, London South Bank University. Okay. So, guys, you've heard from Dr. Charles Omorodion. He has said many things. Of course, you could see that, he's writing in favor of Pastor Ize Yamu. So, let's hear your opinion concerning what he has said. What do you think? Leave your comment below and let's have your take. Thank you.